My camera.
1 minute. We got about 1 minute before 6, so we'll just place 6 back.
I'm jealous. It's like being there for real.
You can download them pictures on your computer too, Josh. You can be in Aspen or wherever you want to be.
Wherever.
Yeah.
This is mine though. I've been there.
I'm more of a beach or a desert kind of guy.
I go to Butler once in a while.
You go to? I think I seen you today. Were you riding around with your brother?
I ride around with my nephew.
Oh, is Jimmy driving a blue Celica?
Yeah, Jimmy thinks he's a cock of the walk now. He got him a sports car.
That is a sports car. I could have swore I seen you in the passenger seat.
No, I was with Brandon today down there.
Okay, well, if y'all good, we'll go ahead and we'll get started. If you're good, everybody good?
I'm ready.
All right, we'll call the meeting to order. We'll ask Alan if he would give us an opening prayer.
Sure. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we're so grateful we can come together this evening to discuss the business of this county. We just ask you to guide us as we make decisions that affect those that live here, Father. Be with those in our community who have lost loved ones, those that are suffering through illness. I ask you to place a special blessing upon each and every one of them. Also ask you to be with our men and women in the armed forces, Father, that you bring them home safe and protect them and watch over them. And so your son, Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.
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 So rise for pledge. I pledge
allegiance
to the flag
of the United
United
States
States
of
of
America and to the
and to the
republic
republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice
for all.
Judge, I would like to suggest that we have one person lead the pledge and we all just stand.
Well, it's kind of comical listening to everybody come on, just like a train.
We're all trying to sync it together.
Well, main thing is that we get it done. So we welcome anybody that's joining us in the meeting. We have no idea who here, if anybody's on or what. And but we welcome you to our meeting. This is our April 28th, 2020 fiscal court meeting. And we're just getting started, so we'll just go on to the approval of the agenda. I don't have any additions or changes to the agenda, so I need a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion, Judge.
All right, got a motion from Magistrate Muneer.
Second.
Magistrate Gregg. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Next, we have the minutes from our April 14th fiscal court meeting.
Judge, I move we approve the minutes from the April 14th meeting.
I'll second, Alan.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? On favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. Speak up so I can hear everybody, because I can't, a lot of times it's delayed a little bit, so I can't tell if you're saying aye or what. So. Next, we have the treasurer's report for the month of March. And also we'll have the quarterly report, which is kind of usually mirrors that report. I hadn't received any inquiries about it or anything at this point, so. So I need motion to approve both sets of minutes as presented.
Judge, I'll make a motion to approve both treasurer's reports, the quarterly and the monthly for March.
I'll second that, Judge.
Okay. Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. All right, next we're going to switch it over to, we had a lady that had just received her basic training from for dispatch, and Mike Moore is going to be doing the presentation at our dispatch center. So we'll just turn the meeting over to Mike at this point.
Thank you all. Make sure Sheila gets in the picture here. This is Sheila Davis. She is our latest graduate from the academy. You always like to bring these fine individuals up to the fiscal court, but you all meet the people that are answering a call up here for us. Sheila works a lot of night shift, so she's the one that will pick up when during the night, throughout the night, and get you the help that you need. Sheila had the academy is a 4-week academy right now, and when Sheila went, the pandemic hadn't really gotten a hold yet, but she had been there but a week or so, and it really kicked in. So they made the decision that they went ahead, but they condensed it in about 2.5 weeks. So all the things that Sheila normally gets 4 weeks to learn, she had to bring it all together into 2.5 weeks, and she done a fine job. So we got a recognition certificate that I'd like to read to Sheila for her outstanding work and graduating from the academy. So outstanding recognition presented by the Judge Executive and Magistrates of Pendleton County to Sheila M. Davis for successful completion of a 4-week Public Safety Dispatch Basic Training Academy, class number 131, conducted by the Kentucky Justice and Public Safety Campus, Department of Criminal Justice Training. She began her course of instruction before the pandemic had taken hold. However, the situation quickly changed and agencies had to modify or shut down operations. Therefore, her class was shortened to 2.5 weeks, with students given the option of coming home before completing graduation. But Sheila stayed the course and completed this highly structured, comprehensive curriculum. She learned all the dispatch concepts in a much quicker time frame, and through all the adversity, she succeeded. Sheila's success in this course of instruction and professional training prepares her to meet the ever-increasing demands of today's public safety dispatcher. The fiscal court is happy to recognize her achievements and proud to have another highly trained 911 telecommunicator for the citizens of Pendleton County. I would normally shake your hand, give you a certificate, but there's your certificate right there. I won't shake your hand, but based on the social distancing. And I would just like to say that Sheila is a very, very energetic person. She's a pleasure to be around. She's helped a lot of people since in her 7 months since she's been up here, and I think we're very fortunate to have her, and glad to be able to recognize her for going through the adversity that she had to, cramming all that information that they had to still pass the same criteria, but they had to do it in a week and a half less than what she would normally have. And I think she's done a fine job, and thank you very much, Sheila.
Congratulations, Sheila.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Sheila. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Great work.
Congratulations.
Yes, great work, Sheila. Appreciate your hard work into this. Glad to have you on board. I've already had good reports from Mike and some of the other dispatch, how you are to work with. So you got a good home here with us. So congratulations again. Appreciate your efforts.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you doing that. All right, next, this was kind of added on. I just done this today because actually I just did get it this afternoon. It is the new revised county road aid agreement, where they greatly have reduced due to the pandemic. There wasn't as much gas used, so that's going to bring county road aid is. It's roughly about $180-some thousand difference, something that. No, 120. I'm sorry. So that's
120,
gonna,
excuse me, Judge, it's 120 less than last year.
yes. Well, no, this is from our previous. Let me get you the good right figure on that. Just give me 1 second. I want to make sure that we had an agreement that we passed in February with. Give me just a second. I'll give you that total. We had 981, 771.68 was what we originally passed in February as far as county road aid. And with the pandemic and everybody at home, it reduces the gas sales, which that decreases on the taxes that comes through our gas, and what actually helps operate our road fund, which is probably about 95% of our road fund. So, and they came out with a statement that they were going to pull back all those agreements and revise them all. So we are looking at 861 now, 275.83. So it is a reduction in our road fund. So we'll just have to make some adjustments on that. So
It's a good thing they set the floor a few years ago, wasn't it?
yeah, we could have went a lot lower than what it already has. I mean, we were running we were hoping to get some other extra funds through the gas tax, but the legislators hadn't done anything to it at this point. So it could have went a lot lower if it hadn't been when they said.
Judge, this is getting a little off of that topic, but the mineral severance, is it went up or is it staying steady during all this?
Well,
The
that
LGA fund.
I really wouldn't have too much on it because right now we're getting the funds we're getting are getting prior to that. So we won't know until we get in this next quarter how much is actually affected.
I got you.
No, both of them has stayed open and operational. So I really can't give you an honest answer on that.
We'll look, I mean, that might be someplace, if they're still up and we're receiving a little extra funds there, we may be able to move some of that into the road aid just to keep it where, we'll see how the bids come in.
Yeah. I mean, that's, I've made some, of course, you'll see the budget, I've made some projections in that to kind of
Right.
that. So,
I haven't had time to, I apologize. I haven't had time to really go over the budget yet.
Well, it didn't get put on there until tonight.
Yeah, I'd seen it earlier, but I didn't have time to look at it.
So anyway, that's the road agreement for right now, the revised road agreement. So we just need to approve that, and we will have to have a roll call vote on that one. So because it's done by resolution. So I just need a motion to approve the revised county road aid agreement with the state.
Judge,
Yes, sir.
we have no choice but to agree to this, correct?
Pretty well, if you want the money. But it's just what, it's what it is. We can't control it. This is what they're offering us. So, but we have to run this through the court meeting for approval either way.
Okay.
I don't think the state can control it really with what's going on.
Yeah. First off, I just need a motion to approve the county road agreement, revised county road aid agreement.
I'll make the motion to approve 861, 275 and 83 cents of the revised road agreement.
Okay, got a motion. I need a second.
I'll second.
Okay, and we're going to do a roll call. Let's see, Magistrate Welling,
Yes.
Magistrate Plummer,
Yes.
Magistrate Gray,
No choice, but yes.
Magistrate Manier.
Yes.
All right, motion passed. Thank you. Next we have on the agenda is we had put out bids for roadside mowing throughout the county. And we received one.
I thought we got a couple last year, right?
No, nothing to know.
No. Is this the same company from last year, Judge?
Yep. D&M mowing. And the bid price is $16,000.
Is that for one episode?
One. That's for one mowing, and that's about 265 miles of county roads, and that's both sides. Usually, as far as they can get over. So,
How does that compare to last year's?
It's identical, Alan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you hear, Alan?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Now, are they willing to do if we have to do two, are they willing to take the second? You know, if we have to do one late August. are
Yeah,
they
they'll
willing to
do as many as we want. It's just 16,000.
I understand.
Yeah, that's what we were,
I
and
didn't
really,
know if they were only going to be able to do one due to their schedule because they do the state also.
yeah, but I believe in the state in certain areas are kind of going back to doing their own. So
Are they?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Pendleton County is doing at this point, but and I don't know. Let's wait to see.
Okay.
But this, with our crew being down a little bit, this really helps us out to have these guys come in and take care of that. So that's the only bid we got. So I just need a motion to approve the bid, to accept the bid of 16,000 for D&M Mowing Incorporated.
Real quick, I just have one question. The only reason I remember this conversation from last year, they're still carrying the insurance to make sure that the county doesn't absorb any of their cost for loss of equipment or injury or anything like that.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. That's one of the requirements. They have to have liability and workers' comp. So,
Before they put the bid in, that was in the bid specs, I believe, wasn't it, Judge?
yeah, but I've got theirs. They've done theirs. So it's just not. Before they can have, there's a contract that has to be signed. So, this is just a bid. There is no other bids. Before they sign the contract, they have to have the proof of both insurance.
Did anybody else have any issues with them in their districts? I thought they did a pretty good job last year.
I thought they done a good job.
Everybody does their own on my road. I have no problems.
All right. Did someone make a motion? I've kind of got sidetracked on it. Nobody made one.
I'll make a motion to approve the bid from D&M Mowing for $16,000 per mowing.
Per mowing. All right. Have a motion. Need a second.
Second.
Second from Master Willie. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. All right, next, we did put out a bid for oil asphalt products, and this is the oil that we use for either mixing cold mix or chip and seal. It kind of takes care of that whole thing. The first one we got is from Hudson Materials. And it was received as an email bid. And it was received on 4/22/20 at 3:24 p.m. I don't know if y'all have your sheets, that kind of stuff ready.
I got a piece of paper ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, RS2, $2.40 a gallon. AE 200, $2.47. He has an SS1H. It's a tack oil. It's not really on ours. It could be falling in one of these other ones. I'm not 100% sure, but it's $2.45 a gallon. And then they have an oil called Evaro. It's an environmental type thing at $3.65. And the pug mill rental would be 30 cents a gallon for the cold mix if we decide to do any of that.
Bradley.
So you add 30 cents onto their bid on whichever oil type you select. And
The only
that's
time
what-
only time that you would need the pug mill is if you were mixing the cold mix.
Yeah,
That is for with the AE 200. And if you wanted to get make some cold patch, I'm sorry, you would use the Enviro plus the pug mill. You'd mix it. It's just like a cold patch. They go around and patch holes in with. And of course, you still have rock prices added in on this too.
yeah.
Okay, everybody get those?
That's for Hudson.
Hudson, yes.
Where they out of? They out of Ohio?
No, down south somewhere. I don't have their address on here. But I can get it for you if you need to, if you need it. They
It's
didn't
not
put
that
it.
important.
Next one we have is Marathon Petroleum. And it was a sealed bid that we received.
Did you say Marathon?
Marathon, yes. All right, on the RS2, $1.79.
Way better.
No bid on the HFRS. On the AE 150, $2.05. On the AE 200, $2.05.
AE 200 was what?
205, same as the other one.
Okay.
And they didn't put a bid on anything else. Pug mill either. Nothing.
They didn't bid the pug mill?
No. I don't think Marathon has a pug mill.
Okay.
So we could buy the like the RS2. That's for chip sealing. So you could use it for chip sealing if it on that. Next one is Terry Asphalt.
Perry, P-E-R-R-Y.
Terry.
Terry.
Perry.
Okay, on the RS2, it's $1.85.5. The HFRS 2P is $2.16. AE 150 is $1.99.5. How do I say $2? AE 200 is $2.05. And the fog seal, they put a bid in at $1.45. Pug mill rental is 35 cents for one load or 25 cents for two loads or more at a time.
What was that again? For one load or?
If you just done one load, which is roughly about 6,000 gallons, it'd be 20 or 35 cents a gallon. And if you done two loads of that, it'd be 25 cents a gallon. Which we don't have space to much at one time, so we've never been able to do two. We don't have enough space to store that much material.
Gotcha.
So that was 30 cents for one.
25.
No, that was for two.
I'm sorry, 35 for one.
35.
I know with it, might be a little bit different. Marathon, well, it's same price on the A200. It's a little cheaper on the RS2, but they had the pug mill, and I really think that Terry Asphalt's got a better bid. My book.
Is this the end of the bids, David?
Yes, that's all. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hey, David, can you rent the pug mill without using their oil?
No,
So it narrows it down to two then.
pretty well. If you
Well-
want to use pug mill.
Can you rent Hudson's pug mill without buying their oil?
Hudson does, I don't know. They're pretty far away. They usually don't do that.
I mean, so Marathon's way cheaper for what we need, but they don't have a pug mill.
Yeah.
We use
Terry is
that,
cheaper than
TJ,
Hudson.
TJ,
that AE is what we use for the chip seal, correct?
who's in there?
Hello?
I don't know who's yelling.
I don't either.
I
Darren,
think you lost Darren.
we lost Darren.
All right,
Did you,
what was the question again?
the AE 200, is that what we use for the chip seal,
No, that's what we used for the cold mix.
the cold mix? So you have to have the pug mill for the cold mix, correct?
You have to, yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Now,
So,
the chip seal, you don't really need to do it.
yeah, and which oil was that we used for that, the RS?
RS2.
So why don't we just take Terry Asphalt for the A200, because it's the same price as the Marathon, and then accept both bids and allow the judge to use his discretion on, because we can buy the RS from Marathon cheaper than we can buy it from Terry Asphalt, and we won't need the pug mill for that.
Correct.
Well, you can do that, but I just assume you just accept the one. I mean, you're not that much difference in between on the RS2. But, if that's what y'all want to do, that's really up to you.
I mean, what would make the difference? Is there something we're missing?
No, I just, if you were getting Terry down here, they're supplying everything else to us, and we cut them because of that. I just,
I mean, what we looking, 20 cents?
But Terry has almost everything too. Not only, I mean, the only thing that they're not carrying is the Envaro. And what are they going to use the Envaro for?
that is what you can make
Cold
that,
mix.
the
Cold
cold
mix.
pack. with
But
the cold
That's
pack.
that's 3 something a gallon, right?
Right. Yeah, we won't be we don't use that. Usually we pick it up at Eaton Asphalt for the cold pack.
And you're only looking at 6 cents, so either way, it don't matter.
David, what do they use that fog seal for?
You can, like if you do a chip seal road, a regular chip seal, gravel with put the tar and the gravel down. Then you can go back over with the fog seal, and it kind of gives it that white or the black look out, and it kind of seals the road a little bit.
Didn't they do that out on Loop Road, the state?
Yes, they done it on it and high tire. It's been several years ago now, but they done high tire that way too. So. It's an extra seal on top of the chip seal, I guess you could say, and it kind of makes everything real black, holds the gravel in place a little bit better.
Have we got the gravel prices? Oh, we haven't sent that out yet, have we?
They're good for till June.
Till June?
Yeah.
So when are we looking at trying to start some of that? I know we're shorthanded right now. I mean, we're gonna have to look at trying to bring some of them guys back if we're gonna do any of this cold patch paving, because we're gonna be limited on how much we can do with the manpower we have.
Well, that's really according to what we do with the lift, blacktop, and road lift. What we're going to do, what we're going to put out for bid. I mean, that's that's where we're not going to have to get together as as court more and discuss what roads you want to do, what you want to do with it. And we can do some figuring now. So we have these prices on oil, on how fast we can do. If you want to try to do some of the cold mix and put some of it down, we can figure out what that would cost now that we have new oil prices.
I think I agree. Oh, I'm sorry. I agree with Alan, though. These roads seem to be holding up a lot better than Mago roads by several years. I mean,
yeah, there's some issues on different ones. It's got a lot of water that's run on top of them. It has tendency to wash out a little bit more. We'll show you the pictures on that. We've been doing
I understand that. But we also, while we're talking about blacktop, we need to get our list together for Mago to come in here and fix what they did last year on these roads that are cracked already and gravel showing up in them and so forth.
Right. I did talk to Crump with Mago last Friday because I wanted to talk about a certain mix for our roads to see if we could get a stronger mix to be put down. And of course, we know it's going to be more expensive. Don't know what that's going to be yet. But he's going to be getting with me on that. Meeting up with him, and I'm trying to figure out a mix so I can put into the bids. So, and they're still kind of up in there right now what they're going to be doing. So so we need to get going and have the list ready. I think we pretty well sent a list out to everybody that had put on their roads. hadn't heard anything back, so I guess everybody was good with that list. And, you know, and I can go ahead, I'll get with Eddie tomorrow and start figuring up for coal mix on these roads, or what it is gonna be per mile for the coal mix, now that we got new oil prices and that.
Judge, can you have him break that down to what it takes to do a, you know, how many ton of gravel, how many gallons of mix and so forth, that where how he's coming up with those figures?
Yeah. I had that broke down, but it's been a while since I've had it. But I can get you that information.
And we can break it down by mile if we could, and then that way we can actually compare apples to apples and kind of look and see what we got.
Yeah, I can get you all those figures, and so you can go over those, so you can see how it's figured, and also if you want, what roads you think you might want to use that on, if you want to use it.
I've got a few I'd like to look at that. You know, I know we had some with the water issues, but the ones we did the trial on, it seemed to be holding up good. I mean, Monroe out there in Darren's area, I didn't see any issue with it. And the other day we went on the hill there. That was the very first one. Well, one of the first ones we did, wasn't it? There, and then Maple Ridge. And Alan, didn't you have a couple in your area? We done about 5 years ago.
Couple. Yes.
So
You know, we can look, get down, like I said, we'll just have to figure out what it is a mile and see what roads you all want to do. Something to keep in mind too, because normally, you know, when we're going through a blacktop list and going out for bid, we kind of allow certain roads back for discretionary funding that we can file for, or even the flex funds. I haven't gotten word that the flex funds could be pulled back. So because of the gas. So
what's
don't know a good word on that yet, but it's been circulating around in Frankfurt. So I just wanted,
what's the thought process on the discretionary? Do you think they'll actually have that?
I don't know. It's going to be very minimal for you if it is.
That's what I say. I mean, they're losing sales tax and a lot of sales tax and everything across the state. So I'd say things are gonna get tight with them also.
Right. I mean, and with everybody out of the office up there, and I get a hold of somebody to me, and you can ask them, well, they just don't know. I mean, everybody's a don't know thing, you know, because they don't know what the figures are going to do yet. It's just like when you was asking on the mineral servants. I mean, we don't know how it's going to affect until we get out of this thing a little bit, and you know, then you're talking midsummer. So how do you adjust to that? So
Yeah.
but we'll keep the years out and you know, address it as it comes.
I guess we're still in the last quarter of our payroll tax. I'm sure that it's probably not affected come in yet, but it won't affect until the next quarter, I don't guess.
Yes, and that's, you know, that's when the increase started in the first quarter this year. So we really don't know. It's going to be all over the place because we can't adjust it. We don't know what, you know, because we know there is some decrease in the payroll, but because we went up to 0.5% at the beginning of the year, so we don't know. We know what we should have had, but we don't know exactly how it's
Yeah.
going.
Well, you can back out the 0.5% and see what you're off from last year,
Yeah,
if need be.
but we just don't know how many workers are out at this point. So that's what.
Yeah, I know. I you know, we're just now, March would have been the end of that quarter. I'd say she's just now starting to get in the ones that pay the quarterly. She's probably just now starting to receive that.
Yep. Okay. All right. Bid. Have we went through the bid? Have we approved the bid? Okay.
No, I'll make a motion. We accept Terry Asphalt for the oil and the pug mill rental.
Okay, I got a motion to approve Terry Asphalt. I need a second.
I'll second.
Second, Plumber. Any other discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. And if you all look at you know, I did put the proposed budget on the Dropbox so you all can kind of look at it. I do have paper copies for you. I just kind of meet up when you get an opportunity to get close to town, or you know, if I know you're going to be somewhere, I'll try to bring it. So just let me know on that. Do have paper copies for everything. So, all right. Next, we move on down to the transfers. There's a big bunch of those, right?
All right, I only see one. Is that normal?
No, well,
Oh,
you not
not
normal. The motion, I need a motion to approve the transfer.
Motion. Or second, take your pick.
All right, Greg on motion, Alan on second. Okay, motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right, move on to the bills.
And Judge, could you give me some clarification on the jail, in the jail budget there, the hotel stay for the, it says Corona
That was,
19.
that was for, we had to put Tony and 2 deputies up overnight because they had thought they had been exposed to a person that when they took her into the jail, then she was running a high fever. So until she got tested, they done them. So they stayed overnight, not so they wouldn't bring anything back home. It's just a precautionary, is what that is. Any other questions on any of the bills?
Now, Judge, I've been looking at them bills biggest part of the afternoon since I got everything loaded in the Dropbox. As far as I'm concerned, all the bills are good. I've
And
done
it-
looked at them.
Okay, I do have one, and I'd like to see, there was one that came in late. And, the gentleman went through an expense to get this done. We're trying to make the courtroom, not the courtroom, but the courthouse ready for once we get it where we can open things up. And it's putting up some plexiglass in the county clerk's office and in the PVA's office with the, anticipation that it's going to be more so it's not passable. And so he's done a good job with that. And they came in late and they're actually on there, and it's with the Moore's glass. They're actually on your main agenda or on your Dropbox thing there if you want to look at them. Did everybody see those?
I've done seen them.
Okay. I just need to have those additional approved along with the bills that's on the claim sheet.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
Got a motion from Greg. Need a second?
Second.
Second from Will. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Well, I wish I could give everybody a little bit more information on, where we're going, but, just not a whole lot of information being out there. Find out day to day, just like everybody else. So there's not anything that they've shared pre what he does daily. So it's kind of frustrating. I really don't know how to tell people to do. So I have urged, any businesses to start thinking on how they can best open up once that time comes, to be able to take the distance and, wearing masks, and so that they can pass, what qualifications they can. So that's what we've been working on here at the courthouse, trying to get things put in place so we can get that back going. So, but other than that, I don't have any updates unless you all think of something you need. So we'll start with Magistrate Welding this time.
I got nothing, Judge.
Okay, good deal. Magistrate Plummer.
I don't have anything to add, but a thank you for everybody. Just on the local government side, I was able to get into the courthouse today and see those, the clerk's office and John's office, trying to get prepared for the reopen, which is, I think, 10 steps ahead of a whole lot of other people. So if everybody keeps doing the same thing, maybe PC can be ahead of the game once we get opened up. For everybody listening, go out and support your local businesses here in Pendleton County. Make sure that they get taken care of first before you go to Walmart or Kroger or anywhere like that.
Magistrate Gray.
Stay safe, Pendleton County.
Mr. Manier,
I don't have anything, Judge. Thank you all, and hopefully we can get back to having regular meetings here soon.
yeah, I'm all for that. Yeah.
I can't wait to see you guys in person.
All right. All right. Need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion with adjourn.
No, let's stay going. Come on. What do you guys want to talk about?
Second,
I'll tell you what I said this morning in court, Josh. Does this not remind you of the Brady Bunch?
It does. Dun, 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 dun.
Do you want to sing it?
I
Yeah, you two
could
sing
if
it.
I wanted to.
I know the words to it.
All right. Everybody in favor to adjourning the meeting?
aye.
Thanks again. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
See you, fellas.
I know.
Stacy.